Hello everyone, it's Lindenherz. Yeah. Can I tell you just something? I caught a cold. Yeah, this is so great. I so love to have a cold at the moment. I actually did this video yesterday also, and also yesterday my dog was a bit annoyed when I filmed it. She's still a bit, making noises in the background that she don't like that I'm filming now. Yeah, but yesterday I was it was a strange video, so I said no, I don't want to upload this. I will do it again, even if my dog is, yeah, strange again. Sorry, I have to drink a sip of tea of my herbal tea mix I'm drinking at the moment to cure my cold. This is a mixture with a lot of good herbs, with chamomile and with linden blossoms and with elderflowers, and a bit of mint. And I also added a bit of turmeric, which this tip I got from Storytelling Tea and Tarot. Thank you for that. I got it on Instagram, and it fits quite beautifully in this mix. So I'm enjoying this in my dry and giant tea mug. This actually you can put in this mug, I guess a half liter of tea, and it's from the North Sea coast, with this a little quote here, not a quote, but a saying, "Moin moin," which basically means good morning. And you can also see this here, it says flood, and on the bottom it says ebb, so the tides are incorporated in this mug too, and it's a typical design for the, I guess it's the East Frisian or Frisia, I don't know, Ostfriesische Inseln, Ostfriesentee, the quite famous black tea from there, and you can always recognize people from down south of Germany when they don't answer a moin moin with also moin moin, or when they don't. No, it's the other way around. When you don't greet with moin moin, everyone from up there knows you're coming not from this area. So after a while, you start to say it also. This was my experience when I was there for holidays one year, not 1 year. It's quite long years ago. So another sip of tea. Yeah, back to the topic of this. Yeah, I also decided to take part in the 31 days of tarot. The video challenge by Ethony. And at first I was a bit, I was hesitating it because, I feel still in a beginner mode. I started my tarot journey last spring, so it's relatively fresh. And I also had yesterday a conversation with a new YouTuber here about how newbies, no, not everyone loves this term. If newbies should participate in that, also people maybe that are had quite a long time not touching their cards, but I guess we kind of agreed to that the beginner's perspective is also a good one. Also, the perspective of someone who maybe approached the tarot at first differently and then now starts to take on a new approach. So I'm doing it now, and I guess some of the questions maybe are quite easy to answer with just no. And I'm quite a bit scared about the last one, especially these kind of, the challenge for the last one to pull some cards for February and then share it. Ooh, this would be my first kind of public reading in some case. Yeah, we will see. So let's start. Well, I have to apologize for all the sniffing that will occur possibly in this video because of my runny nose, and I also have most of the time when I'm having a cold, I have runny eyes, so that's the reason I'm behind the camera at the moment, because I look like a zombie. And I'm making all kinds of silly faces to prevent myself from getting teary eyes. So, and at the moment, my dog makes loud noises while it pretends to sleep. Huh? You there in the background. Yeah, I mean you. Huh. She wants attention, I know. I have to play with her later. Okay, let's start. First question. What was your first introduction to tarot that made an impact? Okay, this is kind of tricky. Sometimes you don't know where it all starts or it all started. Let's see. I guess I was always drawn to. I was always drawn to pictures. Always, I was a picture nerd, a picture book nerd as a child, and also later. I loved art books. I also was quite an anime and manga fan, and I guess every kind of beautiful picture was mine. And I also drew pictures and painted and so on and so forth. Yeah, and it was something which was familiar for me, or was always. It was always something I was drawn towards pictures. And so maybe, I don't know, if I guess I saw tarot pictures or tarot decks, mostly the Rider-Waite deck to that time. I guess I never saw, up until some years ago, I never saw any kind of other tarot-based decks before. In the shops I saw tarot decks, it was always the Rider-Waite deck. Eventually the Thoth deck, or the Thoth deck, how you want to pronounce it. Eventually it was there too, but always the Rider-Waite or the Smith-Waite deck. And I'm having quite kind of dislike relationship with that deck. I don't know. Sometimes I like the pictures and sometimes not, mostly because of strange coloration and so on. But I guess I got intrigued. I guess I got intrigued the first time I saw The Wild Unknown. I guess it was there, and also due to the fact that I'm studying the Season of the Seeker. And within the study of the Season of the Seeker, there was a lot of this stuff which is also touching tarot wisdom in some sort. This kind of the archetypes of Carl Gustav Jung, and also the collective unconscious by Carl Gustav Jung. This is something which is always, or was always, part of our studies there, especially the collective unconscious, and also, of course, the four elements, which are a main part of the tarot decks. And so I guess maybe this one thing came after another. And also our teacher, Annie from Mirth and Reverence here on YouTube, check out her channel. She started some month ago. She started a new tarot series called Tarot Together, where everyone can start tarot together. Also a Facebook group of that name, where you can be invited to join. And it's a slow approach on tarot, but it's a very in-depth, and it's mostly with the Smith-Waite deck, because that's the deck Annie is working with. And just a quick hello to Annie. I'm glad you're back here on YouTube. I missed you so much. So I guess maybe it was a kind of seeing the wild unknown. I guess I saw it the first time, I guess, on a video from Rainfire Dreaming. I guess I saw it there the first time and thought, oh my gosh, what is this kind of a deck? And okay, it was a tarot deck. I knew tarot loosely before. These cards that, back in those days, it was more like the cards that predict the future for me. because I had all sorts of yeah. We have here in Germany some channels where people are reading the cards. Sometimes they look quite professionally, and sometimes they look kind of weird to me. Maybe it's the format of this TV shows. I don't know how else to pronounce it. Maybe they have to fulfill some kind of strange look or something like that. And so tarot was at first this kind of approach for me, and then it got different because I discovered also the channel of Kellyanne Maddox. Back then it was the Four Queens, and this was a game changer, of course. And all this together was something like, okay, I want to learn that. I want to learn that so badly. This is something which intrigues me at the moment. Yeah, so this was my quite long answer to that question. Sorry for that. Question number 2. What was your first tarot deck? Was it a gift or did you buy it for yourself? No, it wasn't a gift. Back then, I wasn't sure if I believe in this kind of gift. You have to get it as a gift or not. I thought, okay, I just have to do it myself. And yeah, back then, back in, I guess it was in March or in February, I don't know. I thought, okay, maybe as a starter deck, I will start with a Smith-Waite deck. Okay, and I wanted to have a proper companion book with it, and I wanted a really good companion book from a good expert in tarot. And back then in the metaphysical shop where I was, the best books were by Hajo Benzev. So I guess I always get this strange name, so, some kind of incorrect. Yeah, I bought this box set with an additional deck, and it was quite a huge box. I made some kind of video about that, and this is the book. I hardly can put it on camera. It's quite big and chunky. I have to say this is a book which is not the best of beginners books, I say, because it starts with a lot of here's the kind of where's tarot coming from, but then it starts with all sorts of spreads, kind of complicated spread. They are kind of you have kind of a review how hard or how easy the spread is, but it's not something which you can approach easily as a beginner. In the background of this book, you have, of course, the meanings, some kind of general meanings, love relationship meanings, business meanings, good advice meanings, some kind of a essential meaning as a daily draw card and as a year card. I don't know. I still have to approach that book properly. This wasn't my kind of book, I have to say. But the deck that came with the cards, it was kind of a disappointment for me when I saw it, because you see this big book and in this big box, and what came with the deck that came with it was a pocket-sized deck. So this was kind of strange for me and a bit disappointing. These are the backings, also not so fun, but I like them more than some other backings, this kind of 70s look of some backings. Still this coloration is quite okay, but still this yellow is so bright and I don't like this. And I'm really looking forward to buy the Pamela Coleman Smith commemorative deck. Firstly, because I want a proper size deck, a normal size deck. This is okay. This is for traveling with tarot and studying it on the road, so to speak. But it's too small. I want a bigger one to see all the details and study the Smith-Waite symbols more closely. So when I thought, okay, I want another deck. I want a proper size deck back then, shortly after I purchased this. So I thought, okay, I want to purchase the Universal Weight deck, which is colored by Mary Hanson Roberts. Yeah, this is the box, and the box is quite, you can say, see, this looks like proper sized cards that maybe fits in there. And yeah, this is the booklet that came with it. I try to make it a bit more closely like this. And yeah, I thought, oh yeah, well, this is finally, I get my hands on a gorgeous colored deck with a proper size, and this is what came. Just the same size as the other one. And I was so, oh my gosh, in the description when I ordered it on Amazon Marketplace, I guess, there was no word about the size of the cards. So there is a universal deck also with some kind of book with it, but it's a bigger one. But sometimes when you buy on marketplaces, you can't tell which is which. So yeah, another one. This time it was with a gorgeous starry backing. So maybe a bigger one. No, I will go with a commemorative, with the centennial edition basically. But I want the commemorative. I like the coloration though. It's quite art pencil. Yeah, art pencil-y, if this word is existing. And I quite like that. Still, I want a bigger one. Maybe also this deck a bigger one. Maybe. Still, I don't know. But yeah, I like it, and I was also quite fond of the Mary Hanson Roberts deck, or the Hanson deck, or Hanson Roberts deck. I don't know. I was quite fond of that too, but still don't know if it is too cutesy for me. Although I have to say, I fell in love with with this deck, or with the one card, and I know Kelly from the Truth and Story will help me, because it was the sun card of this deck, and it of course had, like the Smith Waite deck, a naked baby on a horse with a creepy sun face in the background, and it was even more cutesy than any other deck I saw before with this kind of card interpretation. And yeah, I saw it as a giant print in our only witchy shop we had here in Hanover until later last October or so, when it closed again. And the witch who who was in charge of the shop was also a tarot reader, and she exclusively read only with the Hanson Roberts deck. And back then she told me it was quite hard to get your hands on, but it isn't so hard. You can purchase this on Amazon, so I don't know. Maybe not. So I guess the third question is answered with that. Do you still have it? You can see it. I have it. Yes. So next question. Number 4. Are you a deck collector, hoarder, or exclusive Betty? This is a gorgeous term. I never heard that, but okay, I'm from Germany, maybe. This is the case. How do you use these decks in your readings? Multiple decks in one reading, or just one all the way? Does it aid your practice? So as I'm moving this away, yeah, as maybe you saw in my year ahead spread done by Patrick, or the idea by Patrick, I used multiple decks there because of I wanted to incorporate the seasonal energies for the for this spread. So I used this. Sometimes I can really imagine myself to also add oracle cards. At the moment I'm doing weekly, not weekly spreads, weekly draws, 1 card draws, and I also draw an oracle card, the Kamini Vruja I'm drawing for this, and I like how this works together. I also do it with oracle. I use one of my oracle decks, the Messenger Oracle, I used with my homemade Element of Water oracle deck, and this also worked quite nicely. But I guess I'm quite near the fact that I become a collector. I have to confess, I always was a type of collector. Just another sip of tea. I collect many things, but nowadays it's quite not so easy when you live in a tiny flat. You have to, yeah, think about what to keep and what to throw out. And actually, I have to throw out a lot of more things because, yeah, I feel that there will be a lot of more decks coming in. But I guess I feel like a collector and not a hoarder. I have to be careful with that because and not a hoarder in the case of I had the Gaia Oracle, as you know, and I gave it to Kelly from the Truth and Story in exchange for her gorgeous oracle beads. And it wasn't just feeling right for me. So I thought, okay, even if I love the artwork, I want this deck in good hands. So yeah, I gave it away. I also have another deck which is quite challenging, which is a tarot deck. This is the Circle of Life Tarot. Although I have to admit, when I felt a bit better during my 2 days of having a cold, yesterday, for instance, I sat here and sit with the cards a bit more and a bit more clicked in terms of meaning. The cards, the artwork is gorgeous. I had made a video, a little walkthrough of this, well, maybe not so little walkthrough of this deck. I can put it in the description box below so you can see it for yourself. Some artwork, the artwork in general is gorgeous, but some of the motifs are sometimes a bit disturbing. And I guess this disturbing factor, some of the cards having, maybe this triggers something, maybe this is the thing to explore more. Because I think this kind of challenging decks can tell you so much more. So I will keep track on this. On this deck. I won't give up on it. I will give it some more months. So what else? Which question do we have next? What would be your favorite tarot deck if you had to pick 3 faves for those of us who have a tarot deck addiction problem? Yeah, I guess I will cheat now. I'm cheating now, really. I have to pick 4 decks. No, there's no way around at the moment for this. So one of the decks would be, of course, the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. The other deck would be the Green Witch Tarot. And another one would be the, quite slippery cards, would be the Raven's Prophecy Tarot. And it's hiding from me. Where is it? There it is. And my latest edition, my precious latest edition, the Wild Unknown, of course. I know I have to put up a video on how I got this, my hands on this. This was quite a miracle for me getting my hands on it. Got it from a dear friend. So thank you, Rainfire Dreaming. This was the deck everything started for me. So it's quite a full circle that it now came to me this way from you, that I got it from you. So these decks are those decks I would take. I would have to take with me when I would live on a deserted island or something like that. Yeah. I know. I recently saw the videos of Nobody Here, and she was really complaining about the bad cardstock nowadays from Llewellyn, this flimsiness, and that it reminded her of a bit, even of a package of her tea bags and the boxes of her tea bag and bags, and that even those boxes were better quality than this cardstock. This is quite strange because. Okay, 2 Llewellyn decks, no problem, I get it. But why is the cardstock of this Llewellyn deck so much better? And why didn't they stay like this? So, I don't know. I don't know, we will never find out. Maybe they will hear us all together and say, okay, we go back to a better cardstock. We will see. So, I guess I answered it. No, no, not quite. Does it aid your practice? Does it aid your practice to use multiple decks? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I guess this was the question before and I didn't answer that. Part of the question number 4, sorry. Yeah, does it aid your practice to have multiple decks? I guess, yeah, because this is something I just put in now. Because I guess it's the approach every artist has on the cards, or every artist have on the cards, I know, at the moment I'm not so good with my a bit aching head. I like the approaches of different artists on card themes. So, and I guess it's also helping me. And just as I watched latest videos of Nobody Here, she also told about that in terms of learning, she also picks a card from one deck and reads the description of the companion book of another deck. And this is the same thing I'm doing. And it really helps to add layers. Not every time it's good, because sometimes decks are so quite different. Like for instance, sometimes the Chrysalis Tarot, sometimes. Yeah, it depends on the decks. But I'm also doing this kind of thing, and it helps to study. For me, it's helpful to study tarot on this kind of way, to compare different cards with each other and see different kinds of stages or in, how you can call this, a kind of evolution of a card. Sometimes you see, for instance, in the strength card, you see more trouble and fight in one card, especially in the card of in the strength card of the Circle of Life Tarot, which I don't like the strength card there at all. This is so bad. And then you can see in other cards, although I don't have the deck, I love the strength card of the Steampunk Tarot. This was a card that, yeah, really teared me up when I saw it. And yeah, but also in the other cards, you can see certain stages of how strength is starting to, yeah, how the beings on the cards are starting to get on with each other and understand each other and so on. So I guess it's my practice. So jetzt I start to talk German again. Sorry. Now let's go on with what tarot decks are you looking forward to getting to know better into the 2016? I guess all of my tarot decks. At the moment, I don't know how many have I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess 8 tarot decks at the moment. It won't be easy to do this, but I guess those 4 I am having at the moment, plus the Rider-Waite deck, are those I want to know better. This is something, I guess, maybe, of course, there will be new decks this year, of course, and there will be more tarot decks. But I love the kind of the kind of thing to imagine myself sitting on a tea table and inviting my card decks to tea, and then I start to invite maybe the strength card and to compare them to each other, and they can exchange their wisdom with me and something like that. Some strange imagination, maybe, I know. But I want to see all the different approaches. So I want to study them closely. But I also want to study closely the Chrysalis Tarot, but I'm still waiting for the companion book, and I hope this will be published maybe this spring or summer, but not later, please, because I was so intrigued by the interview with Tony Brooks and his insights and all the different layers he put in the cards, and this little white booklet doesn't, yeah, give him justice, or give this wisdom justice he is radiating. And there was so much more. The also, of course, also the collective unconscious, a lot of things. You have just to watch the video, the interview here on YouTube with Tony Brooks. It's amazing. And when you listen to this, you want more. You definitely want more, and you want a companion book with deep insights and deep thoughts and so on. So this will be a total sensation for me, at least, when this will come out and I can study it. So the Chrysalis Tarot is also on my list. Eventually also, I have to say, be honest, eventually also I'm playing with the thought of maybe getting the Fountain Tarot. At first I wasn't so sure about it, because the modern approach, and sometimes this kind of, I don't know, sometimes it was so almost geometrical to me, some of the cards, but as longer as I watch them, as more as I can understand about each card, even some more things click in. Maybe one day, maybe one day. And I'm also searching for a wider or Smith-Waite clone, and I'm torn between the Tarot of Muha and also the Llewellyn Tarot, of course, due to the fact I saw it on Kelly's channel. So maybe this is also something I said before. There will be a lot of more decks, I guess, this year. So we will see. But to the next question. Question number 7. So I covered the whole week. Tell me about the time you gave your first tarot reading. Can you remember? Oh, well, can I say, I never did a really full reading for another one. Only for myself. Sometimes I did some kind of 3-card spreads with my boyfriend with oracle cards, but my boyfriend is quite hard to approach with cards. Sometimes he's really like a blank page. This will be a challenge for me to read the cards for him one day when I'm more experienced. So this is kind of the question where I have to say at the moment, no, I just read for myself. And I guess there will be another question where it comes up, but at the moment I'm using only smaller spreads. So the biggest spread I ever did was the year ahead spread. So this was the reason why I thought first I don't participate in that, because it's maybe too much for me. But as I have a year to sit with the cards and with this spread, it's also a good studying object for me. So most of the time I'm doing this kind of oracle card. When I'm reading for another one, I did it with oracle cards at the moment, and this is always my boyfriend. So. And he also draws cards himself from especially from my Messenger Oracle deck. And this deck is always spot on. When he draws a card, he's always, woo! This card is always hitting the nail on the head, I have to say. This is really amazing. And the only other thing tarot-related I did for my boyfriend, or for another person in this case, even if it's my boyfriend, was calculating his birth card and his year card. And what can I say? The year card for him this year is the death card. And he was quite eager to know a bit more about tarot when I told him about that. And his birth card or soul card is the Emperor, which I find quite fitting for him. So, and the card said, I got this year as my year card. And I just have to show it because I so love this card of this deck. The Hermit card will be interesting to get to know. And I really had strong reactions to the card in terms of having kinds of dreams, some kind of between being awake and being asleep, some kinds of, not visions, but really visual impacts of this card and things that happen with this card and so on and so forth with this gorgeous tortoise. And yeah, there's a lot to learn from the Hermit here. And yeah, my it's now I have to find it. Maybe I can find it. I don't know. And what can I say? My card, my birth or soul card is this one. So how fitting. I was always drawn to the strength card before that. So strange things, or synchronicities, or how you want to call it, things happen. So yeah, this was my take on the first 7 questions, and I will be interested to, how I can get along with the other ones. Yeah, okay. Yeah, as I said, this is the fresh starter's perspective, but in terms of studying tarot, I guess you won't stop this ever. You can you can always add new layers of understandings and say goodbye to those maybe who doesn't fit your understanding of cards anymore, or even add more to this. So this is, like I said, the fresh starter's perspective, and I hope you enjoyed it so far. I enjoyed very much your videos, although I wasn't able to cover all the gorgeous YouTubers who participate in that. This is a lifetime challenge, I guess. I will see when I will do the next. Of course, I also will shortly will upload my bed. Sorry, I'm thinking about going to bed because I'm quite tired now. I want to upload my bread and butter videos, 2 videos. Luckily I filmed them or shot photos of the process a couple of days ago, and I still have to edit it. But at the moment now, it will be challenging enough to bring this baby here online. So bear a bit with me. I guess bread and butter is something which is not seasonal. You can enjoy it all around the year. So you will have it, these gorgeous homemade butter and homemade, easy to make bread in no amount of time, I guess. So we will see how this cold will evolve, or maybe I hope, or just I declare, to vanish in no amount of time and leave me alone for the rest of the year, please. So I wish you a fine day or a fine night. We will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Merry Part!